Hey, good morning, guys. What's going on? Hey, this is your host, Embracing, and just wanted to talk to you guys for a minute before I actually get into the video. Something that I think is males or men, when it comes down to the husband and the wife, sometimes I think that we neglect the fact that sometimes we need to do the things that we did before with our wives pertaining to marriage, even little things as far as like dating. That is something that my wife talked to me about, and that's something that for years that I actually pretty much neglected after my children and stuff were born, because of course, I mean, you take in consideration your children, and as parents, we're kind of skeptical of who we leave them with. And it's reasonable because you don't want to leave your children with anybody. But down through the years, you know, we've had good people surrounded us and stuff that I could have left them with, but I chose not to. I think, you know, that kind of weighed in some areas within our marriage that made my wife feel neglected, I think, in some areas. So we talked about it, and, you know, talking about making some changes and different things and such. And I mean, this is something that I'm trying to do more and more for my wife. And maybe it's something that you could do with your wife if you're not doing it already. And I'm talking to the men in general. But so we recently took a date night, and it was really, really fun. And it was really good to spend time with my wife alone. We had the children and stuff with our neighbors, which we have really good neighbors, to be honest with you. And the ones that we actually do trust, and we left them with them because they have a 2-year-old daughter, and they actually did a fantastic job with them. My sons are really like self-sustaining anyway, because they're 13 and 9, but they were very respectful, very responsible, and they actually, you know, had a really good time with the neighbors. We as men, I think sometimes we need to remember what it took to get, you know, your wife, and the things that we did. We shouldn't really neglect that. We shouldn't neglect that at all, because that's something that I think that's very important to them. Even if it's not important to you, we should take in consideration that they love it, and they love being pampered and different things as such. And like I said, I don't take full credit for everything that, you know, that I've done, you know, as far as like doing the date nights and different things as such. But it is something that I'm getting more into and trying to do more for my wife, because I know it's something that she likes, and I want to make sure that she's taken care of in that area. So babe, when you watch this video, I mean, we have been on date night. We did do the date night. So if the Lord's will, you know, we plan different things and more to come along with date nights and things, and just spending more time together. And like I said, that's something I do not want to neglect with you, and I love you. And I think it's something that we shouldn't just hold to ourselves, but it's something that can be shared with other people. And I think this video, not just, you know, letting people see the date night we went on, but it may be something that's beneficial to others. So I'm willing to share that. So for those who are watching, man, make sure you take the time, sit down and relax, maybe with your spouse, and enjoy it. And we're going to share our date night with you. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. God bless. Hey, this is our date night, and we are in the midst of Hurricane Delta. I know that it's not the best condition, but we decided to go out and do a date night. We checked the weather and stuff and realized that it wasn't going to be that bad in our area. We were just going to get a little wind and a little rain. So we decided to head to the area where we actually were not going to get soaked. We dropped the children off at our neighbor's house, and they were really excited to get there, and we were excited to be able to have a little time to hang out. So my wife went in and talked with them for a little bit. Here we are, and we pulled up in Birmingham, and by that time the rain had slowed down, but we still had our umbrellas. And this is me recording my wife walking away and to the shop area. And this is the Grand View outlet, and we hung out there about an hour and a half, and then we drove up to one of our favorite restaurants, which is Papados. And this is in the Birmingham area where we live in Alabama. We live in Montgomery, actually, but this is in the Birmingham area. So we drove up here to hang out a little bit, and I decided to get some of the footage here. And as you can see, they are open and everybody's excited. Cars are out. They fill the parking lot, and people are excited to be out. So I wanted to get some footage. So I got some of the palm trees, the flowers. It had rained a little bit in the area. So we got one of the tabletops and wiped it down and made sure the chairs and things were dry, and we hung out. Got a little bit of the water fountain here. It was a little cloudy still, but we just really enjoyed ourselves being out and about. So my wife was just hanging out. She was doing some things on her phone. And so I went ahead and told her, hey, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot some footage. And she's doing her thing, and I'm just here out and about, how we do as content creators, trying to get every good shot that we can. So finally they called us and we were able to go into the restaurant, and we were able to be seated. The name of the restaurant is Papado, and the seafood kitchen. So if you've never been here and you have one of these in your areas, you should give it a try. We were in a booth-like area. The lighting and the things were pretty good. I mean, it was a really good setting. They had tables between for social distancing, and they were still being cautious and being safe. But the people were there. Everybody was enjoying themselves, and everybody was able to still have a good time. I know we had a really good time. So we're there enjoying ourselves, and like I said, they finally brought our food. We ordered an appetizer, and then this is my plate. And this is soft shell crabs. And that brown sauce is called alligator butter. If you never had this, it's a really, really good entree. This is my wife's entree. This is the Mardi Gras pasta, and she likes to get it with Alexander sauce. But those shrimp and the sausage and noodles and however they fix that is really, really good. So we just getting some footage before we actually get into our food. And like I said, this is my go-to. Every time I go there, I always get the soft shell crabs. So if you never tried soft shell crabs, maybe you should try it. Now that we finished our dinner, we're out and about. It had rained a little bit while we were on the inside, but I wanted to get some shots of the outside of the restaurant. So here I am before we get ready to take off, because we're getting ready to head out to the summit and hang out a little bit, because our neighbors wanted us to pick up some cheesecake while we were there. And we like going to that area anyway. So here we are driving up to the summit. It was still raining a little bit here and there, but it was not bad. So we decided to go on up. And here we are in the summit. And I wanted to get some footage in the area, and people were here still hanging out and stuff. And like I said, the rain wasn't bad. And I think it pretty much had stopped by now. And people were really hanging out and enjoying themselves. And so this is what we had a chance to do when we were out and about by ourselves. I mean, as you can see, the area is a pretty nice area. And I mean, the sun and stuff was setting, and everybody was just out and about trying to enjoy themselves. Looked like they were tired of being in the house, and everybody was out. So this is a sign of the summit. And lo and behold, one of the favorite areas that everybody likes to go to, the Cheesecake Factory. So they didn't want a meal from here, but they actually wanted the cheesecake from the area. So while I was on the inside, I asked the people, did they mind if I actually videoed some of the cheesecakes in the area? And they were like, absolutely not, go ahead. And so I wanted to get some good footage and show, my community and stuff for the ones that never have been to the Cheesecake Factory and you want to know what it's about. This is only a portion of it. They also serve meals, but this is the big thing that people go to actually enjoy, is their cheesecakes. Here we are driving around still in the area, and we're pretty much done, and we're getting ready to head back to the house. Now we're back in our area. Now we're going to get ready to go pick up our children, and we have enjoyed ourselves for the night, and that's the end of that day. All right, so here it is, days later. I'm back at it again, back to everyday reality. I have cut the yard, and I'm out. Sun is setting. A jet just flew by, and I'm out just doing some things. And so I decided to get some footage. So this is it for this video, and thanks for watching. God bless you guys, and thanks for continuing to